Hello everyone, welcome back to Persona 5 Royal, where last time we began infiltration. Well, technically we began infiltration, as in we did our initial cursory, obligatory search of the Madarame museum to see what we were looking at in terms of infiltration, to see if Madarame was even worth infiltrating at all, which I still think he is, but our friends believe that we need to find a little bit more evidence before we can actually make the definitive call to actually go raid his palace. So it is fine, we'll do a little more research, I guess it couldn't hurt. So for now, though, we are going to go to sleep, and next morning we will wake up and go talk to Creepy McCreeperson, who a lot of people seem to really love, apparently. Many people, a surprising amount of people, in fact, referred to him as Best Boy in the comments of yesterday's video, which surprised me a lot. But, I guess he gets better the further in we get. So, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see on that one.
I just can't forgive Madarame, but what An said made me think. To Yusuke, are we just a bunch of thugs?
To him, probably. But what he thinks doesn't really matter, because we know what we are.
It ain't like he thinks it is. It pisses me off just thinking about it. Good people have to put up with so much crap while shitty adults do whatever they want. Makes me sick. I'm not wrong, am I? Aw, yeah. Don't tell An I called you, by the way. Seriously. Well, see you tomorrow.
Every time a scene opens with this shot, I always have to instinctively brace for, oh no, are you gonna throw chalk at me again? Alright, I contacted him about modeling for him. Still waiting for his response. Thanks. Really have no idea what I'm supposed to do as an art model, though. Probably not anything good, to be honest with you. People really like him. People really like the guy we met yesterday. He has given me such a bad, maybe we find out later that he's the biggest sweetheart in the world, but optically, the first impression he's made upon us as a group, not stellar. I'd like to remind everybody that the first thing he did was first off, chase An all the way through the subway like an absolute stalker, and then further solidified that belief by creepily reaching his arm out to try to grab her while she wasn't looking. Like, I'm sorry, my optics of you will be heavily impaired moving forward when that's how I'm introduced to you. It's kinda hard. You don't gotta go all out for this. You're only doing it so you can get dirt on Madarame, remember? That is true. It's kinda like he wants to just be a private picture of his, though. Oh, does he now? Oh, does it now? He wants it to be a private picture. Wow, how interesting. Just to let you guys know when he contacts me again. Yeah, so if I ever need any more reason to doubt him, the fact that he wants a private picture of An, I don't know about that one.
Perfect. Probably dropped all his plans just to get you over there.
We need to find out from Kitagawa-kun if what we saw in the palace was true.
Hey, quiet down. It's that student council president.
Yikes. She got a hold of Mishima today? It'd suck if she noticed us. Come on, let's split up.
Okay, see you later.
Don't know if she would have paid any mind. I think it might actually have been more suspicious to suddenly split up after being together. She probably wouldn't have even noticed you.
Come on, let's get some dirt on Madarame. But man, An's late.
Sorry, I was thinking about some things and didn't notice how much time had passed.
Thinking about what?
Don't you think Kitagawa-kun has to be protecting Madarame?
Yes, obviously.
I mean, they live together, so he'd have to be aware of Madarame's true nature.
Obviously.
The only reason I can think of him doing that is that Madarame has something on him.
That or Stockholm Syndrome. Either way.
Yeah, that's weird. But that's why we're going to check it out, right? You ready to be a model?
Yeah, I'm prepared.
What do you mean prepared? Prepared for what? Something seemed different about her to you?
I didn't notice anything different. I also don't have...
Oh no. I feel like she's got more makeup on or something.
Okay, one, if that were true, how the hell was I supposed to notice that from this camera angle? Two, even if she did, I honestly don't know that I would notice it anyway, because I just don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. I probably, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have noticed it one way or the other, even if I did have a full frontal view of her. But putting all that aside, is it really that much of a stretch to believe? Because, remember, optically, we want him to believe that she's actually there to do a modeling job. Would it not make more sense for her to do that so that it actually looks like she's doing it to be legit about the whole deal? That seems like a perfectly logical response to me.
Nope, I'm the same as always.
Huh. Well, let's get going. We gotta talk to Yusuke.
Kitagawa-kun seemed really happy when I agreed to be his model.
What a mystery that one is as to why.
Once he finishes drawing and gets a little friendlier, we should bring up Madarame.
Getting a little friendlier could take a few years.
I thought it would just be you coming, Takamaki-san.
Wouldn't you get nervous too, if it was just the two of us?
We're here to keep an eye on you, so don't try anything perverted, okay?
Okay, Ryuji, look, he's got a, like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. He's got a heart of gold, but good Lord Almighty, he's way, way too upfront about things. Like, he's no social awareness with conversational skills in terms of slowly building up to things or not being overt about things like this. It's just,
Stop making such odd assumptions. I have absolutely no interest in her as someone of the opposite sex.
Huh?
Is there a problem?
No, not really.
Well then, let's get started.
that might actually, okay, so it doesn't really, whether, so let's assume he's telling the truth. What he did at the subway is still creepy as all hell. Whether he did it with sexual intentions or intentions of, like, inspecting her as an art piece, they're both creepy things to, like, regardless of his intentions, the actual act in itself is still creepy as all hell, so that's not gonna fly. Like, we've seen what you're capable of. We've also seen how your behavior shifted when in regards to specifically on, so don't know that I believe, well, I don't think I buy what you're selling.
Kitagawa-kun?
You hear her?
It's no use.
This isn't what we planned. We were gonna catch him off guard and make him spill his beans, weren't we?
How are we supposed to know this was gonna happen? Guess we just gotta wait till he's done. What an effing pain.
Perhaps I should try going outside this room. Who do you think you're talking to? This is too boring, so I'm going to scout around a bit. It's weird how flashy that door is. And is that a lock? A door with a hefty lock. What could be in there?
Are you done?
It's no good.
What?
I'm sorry. Am I the problem?
No, not at all. It's just... I'm having trouble staying focused today. I'm sorry, but we'll have to resume this another time.
Oops, I left my sweatshirt out at your place when we were doing the thing. Can we do another thing when I come back to get the sweatshirt that I left behind? Because that's what this screams to me. To me, this screams, oh, I accidentally contracted a case of the big sad, so I guess we're gonna have to reschedule our appointment for another time. Maybe another time when it's just the two of us instead of it being all four of us. I guarantee that's what's running through his head right now.
Oh, hell no! How many hours do you think you made us wait?
I'm sorry. We had another reason for seeing you today. We needed to talk to you.
It's about those rumors regarding your sensei.
This again.
That painting I saw at the exhibit. You're the one who actually painted it, right?
That's...
I knew it.
Your sensei's seriously messed up. He just thinks of his pupils as tools. That's why he doesn't give a damn whether he steals their work or physically beats them. I'll make this clear. there's no point in hiding stuff from us.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Your response to her initial proposition clearly indicates otherwise. Because if were it actually true that he paints all the stuff himself, then your immediate response would have been, no, you're crazy. It wouldn't have been, ugh.
You couldn't go against him, could you? I'm sure we can help you out, though.
Stop it. It's just as you all say. We're our sensei's artwork.
Not the response of someone who believes that he's innocent.
Don't misunderstand me. I offered my ideas to him myself. As such, it can't be called plagiarism.
That's not how that works at all. That's not okay. So, so let's say we're doing a school project, right? Okay, so we're doing a school project. Let's say there's two scenarios. One scenario where I pay someone else to take their artwork. Like, let's say it's an art project. Let's say one scenario is I pay another student for them to give me their art project to pass off as my own. And then another scenario is I just take the artwork and pass off as my own. Both cases are still you taking someone else's work and passing it off as your own, which is plagiarism by definition. It doesn't really matter whether you volunteered it to him or not. You're still the creator of the artwork that he is passing off as his own. This is not a proper defense. It's not the.
He is simply suffering from artist's block right now.
Yeah, sure. Keep piling on reasons to think that he's guilty. Come on, keep him coming.
Still.
Hitogawa-kun.
Then why are you sticking around? All his other pupils ran away. Aren't you the only one left?
You remember yesterday he said he has nowhere left to turn.
What's wrong with a pupil helping out his master?
Helping out and doing all the work for are two different things.
There are no victims here.
You just
Pushing your self-centered righteousness on me.
You just argued. You just said not 10 seconds ago that you offered your ideas to him, meaning that you just. So to recap, this began with saying it's absolutely ridiculous that the plagiarism things are true. Then 5 seconds later, by the end of this conversation, you're like, oh, actually, so I did give him my ideas. So like, oh, so you lied. So you lied at the beginning, and you actually did give him. So thanks for making this job harder for us by not telling us the truth. I love it when people lie to me. That's great. I love that's my favorite. Yeah.
Supporting Sensei as his pupil.
You're giving evasive answers. I don't know how dumb you think this team is, but we see right through your evasive answers.
Don't ever come here again. If you do, I'll sue you for causing a disturbance.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how well that plan goes. So once An offers to be a model for you again, you will break this ultimatum in half immediately. You cannot control yourself. This holds no weight.
Hold it! We're not done talking here.
Then you leave me with no choice.
What are you gonna paint us?
I'm reporting you to the police. I asked Takamaki-san to be my model today, but I don't recall ever calling you two here.
What the F, man?
And yet you still let both of them into. That doesn't hold any water. You let them into your home.
Ryuji, stop it! Calm down, okay?
Sorry, wait. This is okay. So you want if your attempt is to de-escalate the situation, you're failing miserably. You let all three of these people were let into your home of your own volition. What do you think you're trying to accomplish here?
Damn it!
I won't report you, but only under one condition.
Oh, this should be good.
What's that?
I want you to continue being Takamaki-san.
It's really you can't. This joke writes itself. I can't. What? I told you. It would crumble in pieces immediately once he realized that if we stop coming over here, An can't be his model anymore. I told you, he would immediately revert back. He would revert back to his creepy self and immediately be like, oh, please keep being my model. Oh, I can't control myself. This is just all is happening in his brain right now. Oh my god, you pathetic individual.
But you said that it wasn't working out today.
That's because I was unconsciously being modest for your sake. However,
Oh, shut
I
up.
have nothing to worry about anymore. If you're willing to bear everything to me, I will put my heart and soul into creating the best nude painting ever.
Nude You can't make this. I swear to God, you can't make this up. He wants a nude painting. He wants to be in a room with her all by himself and have her be naked at the same time. and he's already known to be a pathological liar about the things that are happening with his master, and I just... This joke writes itself, I swear. It's just... You're making it too easy for me, buddy.
What?
Nude?
To think I'd be able to create a nude painting with my most ideal model.
This is what you all described as best boy yesterday? Really? A lot of people said this guy was best boy in the comments yesterday. Really? Really? I'm not mistaken, right? You're referring to this guy. Really?
Of course, you two won't be allowed in, and I ask that you forget about our discussion today as well.
Yeah, because you realize that you messed up colossally, and you actually admitted to the thing you were trying to defend him from previously. And you know that if we're here, you won't be allowed to actually do what you want to do. You colossal... No, that's not... No.
If I don't submit a new piece to Sensei soon, there will be some inconveniences.
Okay. So what we talked about never happened. Also, if I don't give him another piece of work that he can plagiarize, then my actions will not go unreprimanded by him.
Nude? Meaning it'll be without any clothes, right? Why are things suddenly escalating like that?
Ooh, pick me. I know why, pick me.
Those are my terms.
But that's...
Wait, ain't that bad?
Also, I'd like to point out, I kind of glossed over the obvious thing here. Yeah, so what he just did constitutes sexual harassment. He's blackmailing us by saying, I will threaten to go to the police unless you stand in my room naked and let me paint you. Like, I'm sorry, that's extortion of the highest caliber, and you're doing it so you can get her in this room naked. Buddy, like, this happens in workplaces all the time where bosses think they can take advantage of their workers and they try to extort them by saying, like, sleep with me and I'll promote you, or don't sleep with me and get fired. Like, that happens all the time in workplaces, and it's terrible that it happens. That's a form of sexual harassment, and that's basically what just happened here. As he said, I will point you to the police unless An comes into my room, stands here naked with no one else around, and lets me ogle her and paint her. Like, buddy, you cannot lack. There's no way you lack this much self-awareness.
Sensei is out during the afternoon while the art exhibit is on, so I can use this place freely. I should buy more art supplies.
Will you give me a second here?
Of course. I'm willing to wait. I'll make time according to your plans, but please come before the exhibit ends.
Okay, if there was ever a time if there was ever any doubt as to whether we were gonna go infiltrate the museum or not, there's no doubt anymore. We're going. We're absolutely going.
That's not what I mean. Why are you not listening?
Because he's being deliberately obtuse about it.
Sensei will be returning home soon. We're done for today. Takamaki-san, I'll be waiting for you to contact me.
No. We are not done talking here.
Hey, what should we do?
We have to leave.
Yeah, damn it. He got us good this time.
No, he doesn't have you. We can report him for sexual harassment, you idiot. He doesn't have us. We have him, you moron.
So easily.
Huh? Is she done being a model?
A cat?
You moron.
Well,
He's totally out of his mind. I'm gonna have to pose nude if this keeps up.
I didn't like him before, and now I like him even less. I didn't think it was possible.
Yusuke.
The way he said it, it's not gonna be semi, but full on nude.
The full nudity? Lady An's gonna...
Drop it.
You know, you won't have to worry about that if we make Madarame confess before the exhibit ends.
But Kitagawa-kun thinks he owes his life to him. Is there a need to make Madarame confess?
Then, Lady An, you're fine with bearing it all?
I am not!
Madarame's no different from Kamoshida. That asshole's using Yusuke who doesn't have parents. You're telling me we should just ignore how he's being treated horribly like the other pupils?
No. It is frustrating to leave this alone, even if Kitagawa-kun is fine with it himself.
You can't leave it be because you've endured a lot yourself with Kamoshida.
Yeah.
Anyways, we gotta go after this guy. Madarame's the kind of target we've been waiting for. Let's help Yusuke come to his senses too. Before he ends up like us.
You all are very chill about what he just did in there.
Right.
We need to look into Madarame first.
There might be tons more stuff that hasn't been exposed yet too.
It may become easier for us to investigate his palace if he's preoccupied with his exhibit.
Also, there's the thing about me modeling.
Yeah, exact. I don't know why the hell people. You're all being very chill about the fact that he just essentially created sexual extortion is what happened in there.
Kitagawa-kun said there'd be inconveniences unless he submits a new piece.
Therefore, it's okay for him to inconvenience you? No, that's not how that flies.
Announced soon as Madarame's next work.
Does that mean the whole country's gonna see you?
No, we're not letting that happen. Under no circumstances are we letting that happen. No, that's not. No.
Oh yeah, it might not show your face.
You. Oh my God, Ryuji.
That doesn't make me feel any better about
Yeah,
it.
that was one of the of all the things you could have said. That was like in the top 3 dumbest things to say.
We must deal with Madarame, no matter what, before his exhibit ends.
Let's start after school tomorrow. Oh, it'll be a pain if Miss President finds us on the rooftop again, so... where to meet up? Let's see. I guess that walkway-like place in Shibuya would work. It's near Madarame's place, too.
Changing our hideout periodically, huh? That's a plan I don't mind backing.
Your hideout has moved from the Shujin Academy rooftop to the Shibuya Teikuyu building accessway. Alrighty then.
Hey, can I talk to you kids for a sec?
That's nope. Time to other direction. Go, run, leave.
From the looks of things, you don't seem like the ordinary stalking fans. Oh, sorry. I should have been more clear. I'm actually looking for people that know Madarame's pupils. There's this painting, Sayuri, that was supposedly stolen in the past. But there's this rumor that it was taken by one of his pupils in retaliation for being abused. Have you heard anything about that?
Me? I don't know nothing.
I see. There's no case unless there's a victim, and if there's no proof of abuse, I can't write either. Looks like I'm back to square one. Sorry for taking your time. I'm a journalist. If you ever get any leads, mind contacting me here?
I like how that's the concern that journalists have. Not that people are being abused and stolen from, but that so that you can't create baiting headlines for people to read into. That's their concern. Not that the horrors are actually being committed, but that she'll be unable to report on it so that she can't get more clicks for her website. Journalism.
See you then.
I guess we should go home for today.
Yeah, so, gotta say, my initial impressions of Yusuke were crap, and now they're even worse, somehow. Whatever, still can't forgive him demanding to paint Lady on nude and claiming to report us to the police. Yeah, that's called sexual harassment. You're not getting around that one, buddy.
Got a minute? I have some interesting news.
Now this I could see being someone's best boy.
Change of Heart contacted me on the fan site. Said he wants to meet with you to discuss another person who needs a change of heart. You're better off talking to him in person if you want specifics. All I know is his target is a terrible person, and that it might complicate things if he posted the name online. I'll have him wait for you at Shibuya Station after school. The guy's name is Nakanohara.
Nakanohara. That's Madarame's student.
I told him to approach you. Good luck.
Found something insane about Madarame. Sounds like a student of his offed himself when he couldn't speak up about Madarame stealing his work. Jesus Christ. Is that true? That journalist was looking into Madarame too. It could be real. Someone died though. No one's talking about it. I bet it was covered up. Wonder if he has heard anything. Even if he did, he clearly will. Well, no. He would accidentally admit to it because he's an idiot, and then he would try to pretend like he didn't say it afterwards, and then he would threaten sexual exploitation again, because that's just how he is. It'd be great if he could help us out. And he's not asking a bit much. Today he's probably going to be on edge about us. Well, anyway, he's still a piece of crap. Let's meet up tomorrow early, our first time at the new hideout. It's that passageway to Shibuya, right? Got it. See you guys tomorrow.
The rumor Ryuji just spoke of is true. There have to be other victims.
Yeah, I am not. Please. like, I think the game has accidentally done a better job of getting me to hate Yusuke than Madarame, because Madarame's done horrible things, obviously, with physically abusing his pupils and stealing artwork from them. But we haven't seen that, whereas what we have seen is what just happened in Yusuke's room with An. And that shit, I'm not letting that shit slide under any circumstances. Anyway,
Okay.
I sense that we're gonna have a palace infiltration soon, so we may, or not palace, sorry, museum infiltration soon, so I may as well craft some of this
Yeah.
before we begin our next adventure. Just better safe than sorry. Because I know I said it'll probably be enough last time, but that was for the ancient infiltration. So I just want to be. Oh, I guess we can craft something else. Okay. This is. Sure, we'll go with this. Why not?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll make that. Yeah, better safe than sorry to make sure we have some extra lockpicks and stuff like that, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Plus, it ups our proficiency stats, so, you know, win-win. No reason not to do it, especially since the museum infiltration should be just on the horizon. But with that, let's go to bed. See what tomorrow brings. Our approval rating is fluctuating between high 5% and low 6%. Don't forget, from today on, our hideout's going to be at the Shibuya Passageway. That reminds me, Mishima said Nakanohara should be in Shibuya, too. This is where we're headed, then?
We're about to head to the hideout too. Who's that?
Excuse me.
That's Nakanohara. Mishima told us to meet him here in Shibuya today.
For real?
My name is Nakanohara. Natsuhiko Nakanohara. The one who was posted about on the Phantom Aficionado website.
He seems pretty nice. Doesn't seem like the stalker type. I think the change of heart must have worked.
The administrator of that website contacted me. They told me to look for someone in a Shujin uniform with a cat.
So, what do you want?
You may have already heard, but there's someone I wish to trigger a change of heart in. An artist by the name of Madarame.
You think this is it? Is the pupil gonna confess his master's secret?
His shadow did mention Madarame as well.
I'm one of Madarame's former pupils. He gave me lodging at his home, where I thought only about art. I genuinely wanted to be an artist. There was another pupil as well, a very talented man, multiple years my senior. Obviously, Madarame kept tabs on him. Everything he made was claimed as a Madarame original. He wasn't the only victim, though.
Right, we got some real proof of the plagiarism.
In response to Madarame's actions, that senior pupil committed suicide.
Suicide?
He must have been unable to bear seeing his work praised under Madarame's name. That was when I disobeyed Madarame's orders and left, but he quickly pressured other parts of the art world, and my life as a painter was destroyed. I tried to turn over a new leaf, working at a ward office, but it was no use. My attachment to art warped my emotions. Soon I began getting attached to everything. In the end, I even turned into a stalker. I'd like to ask again, please make Madarame have a change of heart. Not only for me, it's to save the life of another man as well. Even now, there's still one young man remaining under Madarame's tutelage. I think he's about your age.
Oh, trust me, we've met him.
That has to be Yusuke.
Not only is he a talented artist, he also owes Madarame for taking him in after his mother passed. He is the perfect target.
So Yusuke's got no choice but to listen.
I actually spoke to him a few times back when I was still living at Madarame's. I asked him if he found it painful to stay with Madarame. And you know what he said? If I could leave, I would.
Kitagawa-kun.
I have no right to say this given my prior cowardice, but I don't want to see another suicide. I'd like to find a way to save this young man. He has a bright future ahead of him.
Does he?
Please consider that when thinking about changing Madarame's heart.
I mean, don't misconstrue my words. I obviously don't want him to commit suicide. Obviously, I don't want that. Why? If he's in danger of committing suicide, we want to stop that. But I don't know that I'd say he has a bright future ahead of him, given how we saw him act earlier. I mean, sure, obviously we free him from the trenches of the horrible atrocities of Madarame, but we're not gonna be friends with him afterwards. That's not gonna happen. Like, we'll save him, and then we'll never see him again for the rest of our lives.
We've been asked to act directly on behalf of one of Madarame's victims. It sounds like we don't have the time to deliberate whether or not to change Madarame's heart.
Oh, my mind was already made up a couple days ago, but, you know, you're right.
Hell yeah! Madarame's just a piece of shit who preys on the weak.
Suicide. I'll never let something like that happen. Plus, we finally got to hear how Kitagawa-kun really feels.
Well, since we've reached a unanimous decision, how about we continue this at our new hideout? My fellow thieves, welcome to our new hideout. Our target this time is Madarame.
By the way, I haven't really mentioned him until this point, but the whole premise of this game, of the Phantom Thieves, like, going around dealing with different problems and getting requests from people in their school, or I guess it's just requests in general, isn't that far off conceptually from what kind of... I know this is going to sound so weird, but it's not that far off conceptually from what happened in middle school. Because basically, I mentioned previously that Neil and I got pulled into a bunch of different drama scenarios where just every day was a new problem we had to tackle. Both in terms of... because it started out just so simple with just some basic stuff in 6th grade year. But then it just got out of hand, and it started escalating massively with so many different people in so many different directions. Like, we obviously had things to deal with in our own little circle of friends that we had. That I swear, one day I'll find a means to sift my way through every single middle school story. Because honestly, with how much happened, I could probably tie it all together into like a 3-book arc at this point. And like sell it and just sell, like, retell the stories that happened, because it's all insane. But the point being, we obviously had the drama that occurred within our own friend group of people that we knew personally, but what would happen sometimes is that because we were notoriously known for fixing problem, like if there was a problem that people were having, we were known for kind of being able to diffuse situations and handle things, and sometimes things got out of hand and we got into a bunch of sticky situations, including some that got very intense very quickly and could have gone really badly had certain things gone differently. And I don't know if I have an excuse to tell those stories, but one day I'll find a way, because those are stories that I'll tell for the rest of my life, because I'm just perpetually shocked that they happened, that they worked, and it's just... So yeah, well, that's kind of a thing that would happen, is we would get pulled into a bunch of different drama scenarios from all different... from people all throughout our classes, so... It was an ordeal that we had to go through, and the whole idea of these guys getting requests from people to help fix problems... kind of similar to what we had to go through. Obviously on a much... obviously, we weren't traveling into alternate dimensions and battling shadow monsters or anything. We were just dealing with middle school drama problems. Although things did get intense both physically and mentally in some situations. But, obviously, this is a more exaggerated version of what I'm talking about. But just the premise of people coming to them as sort of a united team of people that would fix problems is kind of similar to what happened when I was in middle school, so...
We all saw that palace. We'll pay dearly if we assume it's just going to be like the last one. Furthermore, Lady An's chastity is on the line.
What?
We'll need to do what we did with Kamoshida. First, we secure an infiltration route in the palace. After that, we send our calling card. Once the treasure has materialized, we steal it.
Oh, I got a question. Madarame doesn't know that we were doing stuff in the palace yet? Why are we already getting treated like criminals in there?
You're learning, Ryuji. Well done. It must be because he doesn't trust anyone. Any unknown person may as well be an enemy.
Or maybe he's just super salty from all those rumors that have been spreading about him.
Then his palace being so crazy had nothing to do with us?
Either way, we should stay on our best behavior. It'll be harder for us to steal the treasure if we needlessly increase the security level.
We need to be careful of Kitagawa-kun this time too. I'm sure that whatever he sees will just get passed on to Madarame.
That's right.
Hey, what is Madarame's treasure going to look like anyway? Another crown?
I doubt that, but my sixth sense will know when I see it.
Oh,
Of course
yeah.
it will.
You go completely nuts, huh?
Our time limit is when the exhibit ends, right? That means June 5th.
We'll carry out the plan after we've sent out the calling card. So our infiltration route will need to be set in stone 2 days prior on June 2nd.
That's a lot of time.
Now listen here. We can't mess this up, no matter what, okay?
That's a lot of time to act, yeah, so definitely not going to dive into the palace. If we have that much time, we're not going to dive into the palace immediately. I don't want to wait too long, but we're definitely not going to, like, if it were an urgent matters and, like, within the few days, then obviously we'd have to jump right to it, but since we have a little less than a full month, I think we can spare a few days of just chilling before we go back into another palace. I keep calling it a palace. If we go into his museum. This is the first job hey, there's the name, for Justice Aces, so let's make sure we do it right. Come on, it's time to get this mission started. Your mission to change Madarame's heart has begun. You must steal the treasure by the deadline. Mission start. Special obstacles in palaces. Occasionally you will encounter palace obstacles that are impassable and require interacting with the target in the real world. You will need to leave the palace to find the obstruction. Enter palaces quickly to find obstacles and triumph over challenges before this deadline. Okay? Yeah, so we have 18 days. Still not gonna go there immediately. We're gonna... It's all for today? Yeah, we're gonna chill. We're just gonna chill for a bit. We have an IM from who? Hanasaki? Okay. But I was not planning on coming into work. What I was planning on doing, actually, I was planning on going to Kemi to talk to her. But, yeah, no, this is not part of the plan. Thanks, though. Figure may as well spend some time with you. The warmer it gets, the stranger people act, like that perverted high school teacher. Has anyone ever studied the correlation between the rise in temperature and the rise in weirdos? So what are you here for today? I'd like to do a clinical trial. I mean, we'll surely... I don't know if we need to buy stuff since I think we're still stocked up from last time when I massively overbought for the battle in the palace, but I think it couldn't hurt to buy. I mean, we have the money to, so may as well. But for today, I just want to do a clinical trial. I wish I could study data outside once in a while, like at a spacious park. Somewhere that's not too crowded would be the best. Maybe I'll look for one when I have some time. Alright, let's get to the clinical trial. How? I don't think my bond with Takemi will deepen just yet. Well, may as well do it anyway. Better do Ino Kashira Park? Sure, why not? She said she wanted to get out there, so... May as well do it. This place should work. The conditions here are perfect for gathering data outside of the clinic. This should also help me see the reactions to more external variables, such as a change in environment. Shall we begin? Sure. What's on today's menu? What are you gonna make me do? How are you gonna torture me today?
Oh.
Don't worry, I don't want to get in trouble with the police either. So you can start by going for a swim in that... Hey, remember when last time we were in this park and I told a story about when one of the kids I knew had to go into the freaking swamp? Yeah, well, perhaps I should have waited until now to tell that story. Seems more appropriate. Okay, thank goodness. We're going to do a control test. I want to record some data without you having taken any medicine. Oh, thank goodness. I need some comparison data, and today I'm going to gather every last bit of it. The more test data I have, the more helpful it'll be, so this is important, so don't slack off. Okay, now go for a run, about 5 kilometers to do. Who are you? What are you, my drill sergeant? What? Okay. Great. That went well. By which I mean it didn't go well at all, but, you know, it's fine. It's whatever.
Ah, you're back.
Hey!
Don't forget to ask the airsoft guy about the paper bag. I didn't know that was a thing we had to do, but, alright then. Well, there's a customer here this time. Oh, we can listen. Let's eavesdrop. Hey, we're heading out. The place is closing soon. What? But I want to watch TV. The special on that guy, they call it Detective Prince. They're still doing the news. You won't make it home in time. So that you can see his face anytime. That pretty boy's been on TV a lot lately. Well, thanks for the coffee. Alright. Guess they're gone. Ooh, crossword puzzle. Crossword puzzle. Yeah, absolutely. We'll play a little crossword puzzle. Alright, what do we got today? Where art is shown off and sold. Gallery. That's both. We had my first thought was the art. Well, my first thought was actually museum, but we don't have enough. I quickly saw that we don't have enough letters for that because we would need 2 M's and we do not have 2 M's here. So then my next thought was gallery, and then I checked the letters, and yeah, that's appropriate because, well, that's what we're dealing with right now. You know what I did? I put an extra L. Not an A. There we go. I put an extra L. I put one more L that I needed to because I just stopped paying attention to what I was doing. There we go. Gallery it is. Oh, didn't want to skip that. It can also refer to the society at large, or even a passageway made by an animal, such as the tunnel system of a mole.
Alright.
I see.
Even I can figure that one out. You say that about all the... Yeah, you know, if you say even I couldn't figure that one out for every single crossword puzzle, it starts to lose its impact, because it's like, well, are there any crossword puzzles that you could figure out? Because if the answer is no, then it doesn't really matter what you say about the ones that I solve. Kind of falls flat on its face anyway. A new day's upon us. Yeah, so like I said, we're not gonna dive right into the...
It's you.
Oh, great.
You did use this line before, now that I think about it.
My favorite person, that's what I was gonna say, was... I'm not gonna dive right into the museum this time. I mean, we didn't dive in last time either. We took some... I think we're gonna do the same thing with the last time. We're just gonna take a few days to chill, relax, maybe do some studying, maybe take a chill pill, the bathhouse, just kind of relax and enjoy ourselves before we dive into the next museum infiltration. That's gonna be the game plan here. Of course, we can't linger too long, but I think we can probably afford to linger for a little bit.
I hope you understand. Allow me to warn you again. Don't involve yourself any further. I only saw you coincidentally. I have no time for such an ambush.
You just said not 1 minute ago that, oh, you used this line before, didn't you? Which is something that you knew, and if you knew that and thought to commit it to memory, then you'd know to check which line I take so you know where to meet me, to ambush me. Idiot.
If you continue sniffing around my sensei,
Says the man who went out of his way to track me down on my way to school.
That's all I have to say.
Where is your self-awareness? Also, the more you tell me not to look into your mentor or look into your sensei or whatever, the more incentivized I am to actually do exactly that. Because the more you tell me, the more I'm like, oh, so you actually have something to hide then. Oh yeah, the great artist Madarame is holding an exhibition in Shibuya right now, isn't he? I've gone to see his work before, but wow, they are truly incredible. I saw some of his interviews too. He really is a charming fellow. It's rare to see a gentleman artist like him in a field known for having a lot of eccentric types. By the way, you seem far removed from the arts magic. If only you knew how wrong that was. Which famous ukiyo artist of the Edo period is said to have moved residence over 100 times? I don't have even the slightest goddamn idea. I don't. So, okay, well, actually, oh, wait, so, by process of elimination, we know that name, and we know that name, so.
This is it.
Okay. Well, I feel like you'd have to really screw up to get those questions wrong, because, like, even when I don't know the answer, it's usually pretty easy to just use the process of elimination to figure out which ones it can't be. It seems you know a thing or two after all. Hokisai had a habit of moving, but he also changed his name quite a lot, at least 30 times throughout his life. His sole interest was his art, so he stayed in poverty, wore tattered clothes, and lived in squalor. Hey, did you get that question? I wasn't even close. Maybe he is actually smart. I'm kind of surprised. Oh shoot, the teacher's glaring at us.
Nice going.
And then, of course, cap it off with the infamous, you must be really smart to use the process of elimination to answer that question. Apparently. Actually, Madarame's house was quite modest too. All master artists, past and present, always put their art above their fame. He steals the students' work and makes them suffer. He's no master, he's just an abusive old con man. We're gonna get him no matter what. Abso-positively, my dear cat friend. Who is trying to convince us that he's not a cat, but is failing miserably. Okay, I am today. Who's from? Oh, it's from you. Not answering that, because that's going to be you. Now we get to the part where they pester me nonstop about infiltrating the stupid museum, and then I keep telling them I don't want to do it. That's my favorite part. Okay, so they said that we can study in the diner. Can we do... Was that just for the exams, or can we just do that whenever we want to? Where is the diner, actually? Oh, it's on Central Street, I think. Yeah, so can we just go... Can we go here to study whenever we want? Or was it only for exams? I'm not entirely sure. But I will happily check either way. Can we go in? You can now quick travel to the diner. Yeah, okay, we can quick travel here. But can we study here? This is in the diner. Studying will cause... Okay, we can study here. Cool. Good to know. Then you could study here while also enjoying the menu. Might not be a lot of people because of today's weather. Want to study here? Absolutely. Seems like a good chance to do it. Seems like a great chance to do it, actually. You know, we probably could have invited a friend along to make it less lonely, but, you know. I was expecting more people. It's so quiet. Wait, wait a minute. Didn't you just say there might not be... Wow, okay, so you went from there might not be a lot of people today because of today's weather to... Man, I was expecting there to be more people today. Welcome, I take your order. We've added a new menu now that renovations are finished. Would you like to try it? I highly recommend the Surprise Sando and Nostalgic Steak. Well, never been one for steak, and since this is significantly less expensive, I'm gonna go for this one. For those of you who know the story, I tried steak once, and it killed my throat. I will never eat it again. I ate a steak, and, like, people always talk about how it's, really juicy with, with the flavor and the texture of the meat. No, when I bit into that steak and I swallowed it, it felt like I was swallowing a piece of bark, and my throat felt scratched to hell afterwards. Like, it wasn't, because there's a very different feeling when your throat is sore versus when your throat, like, when you have strep throat versus when your throat is just sore. Like, for instance, after I recorded the commentary from all the Toy Story 4 videos, that was just my throat being sore from talking so much. And that happens after I record a couple of videos as well. Whereas when you have strep throat, it's a very different sensation when you actually have, like, strep throat, compared to when your throat is sore. This was an entirely other thing. This legitimately felt like I swallowed a piece of tree bark, and it just scratched the hell out of the back of my throat. I don't ever want to feel that again for the rest of my life, but it was terrible, and I will never, ever understand how people can enjoy steak after that experience I had. It was, ugh. Anyway, yeah, that's my steak rant for the day. It sure does look good, but it probably actually tastes good too. Yeah, well, I think you've already cashed in your check for eating an insane amount of human food when we were back at that fancy restaurant that emptied my bank account. So I think you're good for today. On that note, another point up. I'll happily accept that.
Nice.
All the customers coming in and out was a little annoying, but you looked pretty focused there. Alrighty then. Neato, got to knowledge went up. Well, that should be enough for today. Come on, let's go home. I still can't get over how Morgana went from, I don't expect there to be a whole lot of people here today, to then 5 seconds later say, man, I really expected there to be more people here today. He contacted you, asking you to model for him again, obviously. No, oh, no. Ooh, surprising. He said, outsiders who do not understand the circumstances should refrain from butting in. If you continue to involve yourself, I will be forced to contact the police. Yeah, he's pissy because he knows we're onto him. We're going to expose him. And just like Alan said, I think we gotta stop trying to convince him he's not going to listen to anything we have to say. I think he's just being obstinate at this point. Pretty sure he can sense something is wrong, and the only reason he made that impossible demand was to try and distance us from him. Yeah, wow, Jesus Christ, you could be the next Halo game with how far you're reaching. See, that's funny, because there's a Halo game called Halo Reach. It's a funny joke. He just seems like a weird, stubborn dude to me. I guess I'll just fit the artist stereotype. Nah, oh my god, that's no, so, he's not an artist stereotype, he's just a creep. There's a difference. Either way, what we gotta do ain't gonna change. We have to steal Madarame's heart. Thieves Den updated? Oh, great, because my Thieves Den was wonderful last time. Anyway, people said that I should actually check the TV because I did order that bionutrient thing. People said that I should check this more because I can actually get some cool stuff with it, so I'll check this today. If you punch someone and hurt them, you've committed bodily harm. Now consider these 2 cases. A. Unconsenting cutting of hair. B. Using noise to cause distress. Which of the 2 would be considered a case of bodily harm? You be the judge. Well, using noise to cause distress would be causing harm, whereas this wouldn't be causing, I mean, you wouldn't, it'd be something that you shouldn't do, obviously, because it's like, that you didn't get permission to do this, but in terms of actually, like, if we want to go by the book's definition, actually causing harm, that would be this one. Correct answer is B. If you drive someone crazy with noise, it's bodily harm. If it disrupts the body's functions, it counts as bodily harm even if there's no physical contact. Hair grows back, so it doesn't count as a wound. That'd be a case of assault, not bodily harm. Hey, you got it right. I'm impressed by how much you know about law. Feels like I've improved my knowledge. Alrighty then. You know what? Let's go to the bathhouse while we're still here. I said we do it, so I may as well. Just go take a chill pill and relax. I think we have the funds to do it. At least I hope we have the funds to do it. Just go relax at the bathhouse, which I think I just ran right past the entrance to it. It's right. This really couldn't be in any creepier of a spot, just in this dark alleyway, but it's fine.
What do you want to do?
Alright, yeah, it's very inexpensive compared to how much money we actually have, so we may as well. I mean, really, this is all just in the interest of boosting our stats. Because it doesn't benefit gameplay at all. It's just, you know, I'm hoping for our stat increase to actually help us one day. I should get out before I get lightheaded. Oh, dear God. Okay, maybe you should have gotten out sooner if that's... Oh, dear God. I know if it's good, but don't overdo it. That doesn't look like something we should have got. That does not look like something that we should have gotten points for, I gotta be honest. After pushing yourself that much, kind of impressive. Did I... Oh, okay. That improved our guts. Alrighty then. I'll take it, I suppose. Oh, we got a trophy. Okay. Sure. Why not? I guess we got a trophy for going to the bathhouse. Was that for going to the bath? I mean, I guess I should probably check what it was. What that trophy was for. Couldn't take the heat in the bathhouse. I'm guessing that trophy is literally just for going to the freaking bathhouse too much. I'm guessing that's what that is. Anyway. Alright, I think we're gonna call things off here. I think we will call things off here. And then we'll go into the... We'll probably start at the palace, or the museum next episode. I think we should be fine with the materials we have. I mean, I'll still go to the clinic to buy extras just to be on the safe side. But we shouldn't... I don't think we're, like, desperately behind in supplies. I think we'll be okay to start at the palace next episode. So that'll be for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Persona 5 Royal. Goodbye.